Right. Welcome to episode 37 of Chaos Eternity, where it's been like a week since I recorded episode 36, and like, as absolutely stupid as it probably sounds, I ended up managing to pick up a bug, like literally on the day that I recorded that. But not sure if I actually mentioned it in the episode, but I'm still getting over that bug now, like a week later. However, um, I do also have a little bit of technically new info now to try and give, because of course Melbourne FurCon happened. I wasn't quite able to, or what I didn't feel right to, to actually go and like basically attend um, like the Sunday, which was day 3 of the FurCon, given the fact that I happened to manage to pick up a bug, so I ended up letting Sean know that I was skipping the Sunday, and I'm kind of glad that I did, because, yeah, I ended up having, like, mainly, thankfully, just basically gunk from my nose entering my throat, but, you know, it could be worse, so, I figured, I'll just stay home until I'm better, which you can probably even actually hear in my voice that I'm still a little bit under the weather. But, the show must go on. Had my birthday on Tuesday, and when it going out for the sort of brunch, technically, like, it was around lunchtime-ish, or slightly earlier, but I had a full English breakfast, right, which I ended up managing to eat all but one egg of, and, like, it was the freaking bomb, dude. But, yeah, it was actually kind of funny in a way, because, like, the next day, I ended up basically going into Wednesday, and going to bed, like, what, 1 a.m? And I literally, like, conked out so hard that I literally actually had a dream. There was an alternate universe of Harry Potter. I can't remember what the plot even was anymore, but yeah, like, I literally only woke up when I did because Mum came in to try and poke me to see if I was even still alive, because she couldn't hear anything in my room. And yeah, and that was more than slightly wild. But yeah, also, I've done a little bit more work on Halcyon Reach Avon Terror. And so it's the Halcyon Reach Nation project, quote unquote, normal modded, where it's just a world like this, right? So, like, you can get, like, your ordinary snow, you can get, like, just stone, just dirt, and, everything's all as you expect. Like, you can get, like, turn just bucket using just iron ingots, which, of course, you can get raw iron as well and all that. And, yeah, I'm currently waiting on, like, frickin' 13 million frickin' charcoal. Because a while ago I ended up having the bright idea of, why don't I make, like, a few 100,000, what are they again? 300,000 vibrant capacitor banks. Yeah. I'm processing the charcoal through a sag mill to make coal blocks. It's really not going terribly fast. It's going faster than it was, but like it's literally going charcoal and sag mill. So charcoal goes in, comes out as 1 to 2 powdered coal and some sulfur dust. Powdered coal gets enriched into coal and just sits there, and once I get around, I don't know, usually at least 10k, I order 1,000 blocks of coal, and yeah, just slowly basically breaking down like that, and yeah, I've also begun the process of technically redoing the the manor over on sorry, I forgot I don't have the insane tone sword I have there. What's it saying? Sorry, yeah, I've technically started redoing the manor to pretty much literally make a copy of this, right? But I'll have to get a schematic of here, so I can actually see how all this actually all sits, to then be able to design the stables area for Aven Terra, which is completely different to this one. Because unlike on Aven Terra, here it's nice and okay, not nice and flat. Oh, it is for this. Like, it's nice and flat, but yeah, that's not quite level. But yeah, I'm slowly working on that though, while also monitoring the charcoal burnt processing. And hopefully once that's all done, I can then, actually come in and like grab the next schematic, and then begin actually essentially processing, or building rather, the next area of the manor. But for the moment though here, I'm just going to continue digging out the the area for the industrial stuff here. Although, because I do technically have like some space spare, because I really don't have much that I can put in here. So if I wanted to, I could actually put like like a an arc furnace here and a crusher here. Right? Like there is actually enough room for that. Which I actually think I might try and see about doing that actually. See how well that actually fits in. Like it may end up being a case where it's like, go have like arc furnace here, crusher, and probably also a sawmill here. Because I do also have the big so I do also have the option of a big sawmill from immersive engineering here. But at the same time though, like I've got mechanical saw and a sawmill from mechanism, and they can run way quicker. So it's kind of a trade-off type thing. Like, yes, it does all the same things as well, and pretty much always guaranteed sawdust, but like, I'm gonna literally have like infinite burnt turned birch, so like, not really sure what exactly the the benefit of actually having the sawmill would actually even really be, because like, if I really need, say, I don't know, stripped logs, right? That's just 3 of the mechanical sort, and I can do up to a stack at a time. But I might also still, build all under here either way though. Just because, like, it's an extra layer down of where I can put stuff in the future. I may have to light it all up. Speaking of lighting up. Oh, yes. That. Okay, good. Can't claim here. That's a good thing. That means that somewhere here is where the actual... Okay. Ah, it's all out here, that's why. Right, now. Just want to make... That was a freaking weird ass noise. I have a feeling this is an eagle I haven't actually... Okay. That's... Okay, so this one doesn't actually have anything underneath. Oh well. Yeah, just need to see where the claim goes out to. Right, so it goes out to there. So what I mainly need then is to bring it out this way. And there we go. So I want to bring out the the actual, essentially length of the the actual length of the claim, so it covers more of what will become the manor. Because if this actually works, plan menu, there's global permissions. It should be. There you go. Now, it should be preventing hostile mobs from spawning, but of course, as you could turn to see, some were still spawning. But with a bit of luck, actually expanding it past here will make it no longer allow any mobs to spawn. Like, I can definitely tell you for a fact that, like, on Even Terror, it's, like, freaking insane. Like, I'm not even, like, admittedly, I have, like, a looting and scavenger level 31 sword. I think it's 31. No, it's 31 base, put it that way, so it might be 33. But, literally, I will spend a minute killing 10 mobs there. And I have to jump to my 10 vacuum chamber to rip the enchants off the gear I get. That's how much there is. Like, it is absolutely batshit. See how much further I can bring it out. Actually, let's take it from this side, actually, because I can more easily tell when this is all covered. Also, I might call this episode something like, I don't know, expansion or something. That's all covered. Yep, good, that's all covered. Now we just gotta bring out tea. course, got 2600 to work with, so let's bring it out. Wow. It's like basically like what, 800 extra blocks just for the small gap I added. Or small section I added rather. Let's see. Around 102 per, so that's as far as we can go for now. But I'm also gonna be smart. But you know what? Let's just be random and put that there. Now, based on this, actually, so based on this, looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not, let's call it around about, I don't know, 1,000 extra blocks, and that's just for like that scale. But and the thing that we've been mainly focusing on right now is here. So let's continue, because I want to try and get basically an idea of like how big here will actually be as well, and then basically start building out this way, because once I actually find out how big all this will actually be, the better. Oh hey, villagers. None others. Wow. It legit looked like a fully modded item then. Alright. So. Let's... I guess that's fire protection, feather fall. Not really much else in it though. And it looks like that was also the only loot that they really dropped. Eh, oh well. Someone again? Come on, put it in there. Ah, deep pockets. Right. Yeah, that's the spare deep pockets one. The spare inventory and shit. Actually. Alright, so I literally just go slay an invader to get Ascent, and slay the wizard to get Summit, and of course literally everything. Literally everything tells turn to Pinnacle. Now, I'm thinking, should I still put here? Right. How much more can I get? Not that much, it looks like. Like, sure, this is all technically going up, but like, it is really freaking slow. Because pretty sure okay, yeah, that's why. Yeah. Not really too helpful if like, you know, it's over the temperature range. Weird that that's under, but yet the actual things are over. I'm gonna turn off shaders for a sec, because it's really blind there. Okay, so yeah, it looks like I need to Visual glitch. Let's fix that. Or not. I don't have any extra tubes on me. Oh well. Well, I'll be able to do like this actually. And there we go. Now, I need... For one thing, I need to add heat pipes to this, so... Yeah. That's gonna be interesting. Gonna need 3 there. Right, let's see if I've got any extras. I'm fine with not having shades on for a short time, just because it is like, you know, a really short time. Yeah, come back to here. Let's see, I need to split up here. Oh, there we go. Alright, cool. So this is basically right in the middle of the chunk. So, oh wait, can't really do anything with here. That's the only issue. What I can do though is I can actually bring this out, and also go to reinforce here. What the hell's... Come on, really? Right. Seriously, the dog's actually gone? Like when I last... No, like when I logged off, that was still there. Which kind of implies that there's more glitching going on than... That's all still formed, so... Right, so I need to be able to turn cool down this one. But hang on, I can just do it as 2. And it still goes up, but also decreases in temperature. Right, cross is averted. I think I might also just apply the change in design I did on Aventera as well, because I'm using here essentially like for putting in you know, all of the turn fuel wood heaters, and then of course, you know, you got, you know, the water for the boiler here. Then it leaves all here open. So I'm thinking I might actually move the compressors over to here, because yeah, this is like what, 5? Yeah, this is like 5 across. Take out this and it becomes 6, right? So like compressor, tube, compressor, compressor, tube, adding another compressor. Compressor, tube. Yeah. So essentially I can turn all this into a line of compressors, which means I also need less of these. So I think I might do that, but first though, like, as you probably heard just a little bit earlier, I'm gonna need to blame my notes, so I'll be literally right back. Here we go. Okay. Now that's all still going up, which is good. Alright, now I'll put these all up in here. And let's get shaders back on too. Right, now. Thankfully, I don't really need this actually running all the time yet. As you can tell. So, I'm gonna have to... PMO admin... Ignore requirements. So I can actually break this thing. Come on, dang it. What's this guy freaking doing creative? Looks like yes. And then toggle Rex again. Now, because of the change I'm making here, let's do this. Just wrench it all. Because of the change I'm making, this is gonna like way change how the whole thing looks. Like, just guaranteed. There's no way around it. Because, for example, got 3 here, right? So, got there. And these will all be one long line, right? Which then comes out to here. And then I'll be putting logistical transporters all along here. Actually, that could be a better option, yeah. I don't think I have any... No, don't have any others on me. So, let's go see how many I've got in the ME system. I've got like 4 and 1. Most likely I have to make some more, but if I put like this, I can take... I'm gonna need something with higher EMC to basically absorb these type things. Let's actually doing emerald blocks, because that'll take even more out. If this was a Mark II condenser, that would be like way freaking quick. It would literally be doing like stack at a time, so like and done. Though it would also only be half the capacity. But I reckon while we let this run, I can actually also probably even technically upgrade this too. Because take that out, and then this really doesn't need to be maximum efficiency, so I can literally just drop this one here. Because, like, I'm really not gonna need to, like, make all that much heat per se with these. But the amount of heat that I do make, like, I'm going to be wasting heat anyway over time. So having this is like, what, about 2/3 efficiency? Is like, whatever. just gotta wait for these to all finish going in there. Is the plan for the rest of today's episode is basically to overhaul here. Like, I don't think I have any more fluid heaters. No. Okay, so yeah, basically overhaul the system here, make it a little bit cleaner along here, and then yeah, like won't really need to move that either, because in here it will eventually become a Mark II induction cell, which that should also could be something that I could put, say, I know, like over here, for example, because I'm gonna put the arc furnace here, maybe a crusher here. So arc furnace, and on this side put the crusher. Because hopefully having it here, it won't be too loud up there. Fingers crossed. Now, when I do actually make it though and run a test, I will have to turn down the volume of the game. Otherwise, rip everyone. Yeah, it's almost back up to 3 bar. As is my gear. Now that's still charging good. So what's the lowest? Hang on. I've tended to go a free speed upgrade now. There we go. I reckon we turn, just see here for a little bit and see how much, I can charge this up. Kind of interesting how even with putting the boots directly in, it still doesn't actually make it turn, basically charge any faster, or even hit discharging even. Which means that maybe I'll actually handle having more pressure, or more speed rather. Even like this is still going up, so. Right, so that's cool, so that's equalized now. Let's put that on. See how far down this drops. Like, even though it doesn't really look like it's charging, it actually is. It's just there's like bouncing between a few different turn values in the like basically what range of about 10 milliliters or 10 milliliters rather. It's not think it might be a case of just basically waiting for it to like actually get turned more charged up though, but at the same time it kind of needs some speed and it's more speed upgrades to get faster. Or at the very least, I'll need to basically add more, essentially air production to it. Because like this is slowly going up, but it's like what, 43.56. Believe that'll be a 7.12. Yeah, a 7.12, 10 milliliters there going at a time there. And then here it's 26.4. So basically making about 130 and a half milliliters per tick. Right? Or times it by 20. I'm making about 600 milliliters a second. But it feels really freaking slow though. Alright, there we go. Yeah, stand on top and all of the emeralds drop right below me. And now that there, and that's coal. Right, now to see if I got any charcoal blocks. Wait, hang on. I can just freaking grab it out of here. Yeah. There. And there, what's this? Oh, hang on. Helps if I turn actually set up too. There we go. There's all of the charcoal blocks I've made so far. In like just these last few seconds. And it's already refilled. And that's without anything to like make this more effective. Yeah, like this is like slowly going down as well. So actually let's see what happens if I basically drain it. And I don't seem to have my philosopher's stone on me. Oh well. Get some more coal. Huh. It's already all absorbed. Oh well. Yeah. Go and break down this. There we go. Now it's all fixed up. Yeah. Let's see. Let's actually determine if. Oh yes. There we go. See, what I want to do is I want to get chest and put it here. Because see, then if I make this come out here, I can basically like make this so it looks essentially like it's like built-in type thing. Just have to move this mechanical pipe down. But gist of it is a small white area. And come in and you can put stuff in to be put through the pressure chamber. Not to be confused with the vacuum chamber. Speaking of which, what's actually the... still going up. Alright. Here... Right. I'm going to smart and give myself a new round of night vision. And I need... Yes. Right. How can I make this work? Right, so it has to go there. Let's go there. And there. And then that there. There we go. And now that is all fully in place. And set this back to wrench so I can wrench all this off. And I think my headphones might need to actually go on charge after this recording, because I'm not sure if it came through on the recording, but it did just bleep at me. And it looks like I don't have quantum engine up. Wait a sec. Right, let's see what my headphones battery is on. So it's going to take a little while to load too. Oh, while we wait, just wrench a couple more. Now, here we go. Yeah, 15%. So yeah, once I do this recording, I will have to put them on charge for a couple of hours. Here's where it needs to get opened up. See, above here is where the water is. But of course, it's not so much water that I need, but rather... Well, really not so much water I have to worry about rather, but instead, the positioning of essentially what's here. Yeah, like, I tend to have to worry about that, but not too much, as you can see. And thankfully, he's also basically only really needed for the boiler here. So, do that, and come up and around. See, after it comes through here, I'm mostly not really going to care too much about what it looks like under here, simply because, well, you know, it's not really going to matter what it looks like from here, because all here I'm planning to actually basically have become like just a wall going all the way up. First though, I just gotta make sure everything all like, you know, sits in place properly. And for aesthetic purposes, I will also, you know, have most of this area also closed up. So I'll clean up my mess while I'm here. Yeah. And having logistical transporters, okay. Good to know. Clean up the mess. There we go. And now this is all set up for when I have not only more dynamo conductors, but also more heaters And also, I have more logistical transporters. Let's actually make... yeah, screw it, don't actually need more thermos yet. I do need possibly another couple of compressors. It's technically going to be kind of slow, so... So it looks like... Where's... so it looks like this is still being made, basically. Huh, okay. So it's basically just needing some of the ingredients still. I gotta admit, watching this does look kinda cool. Now, I believe the next step will basically be to, yeah, basically putting the etching tank to develop. And it doesn't actually seem to be doing so yet. Why? Not sure what's going on here. Oh, I think I know. Yep. First PCB is still in there. It's still gone from pressure. Right. How much more pressure can we get into my... Ooh. I can get a good chunk into my turn thingy, actually. Nice. I could probably tick sprint this, but I don't really feel like it. Not today, at least. And it's actually kind of wild, like, seeing how slowly it's actually draining. Admittedly, I'm also used to having, like, the full 10 in there, so... But, yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Looks like it's... not quite equalized yet. Yeah, got about 0.4 bar before it does that. Actually, no, screw it. Oh, well, no, freaking tick sprint it. Tick sprint 5 minutes. During the sprint, looks like right at the very beginning of the sprint, it actually turned equalized. about equal now. And leave that to, you know, kind of build up some more. Yeah, let's drain this a bit. Yeah, what can I... Yeah, I can't really drain that much into there, because... Yeah, there's not really much... Not really any room left in the first one. Although that's mainly because I've got so many sticks, so... Can I do 50? No. Can I do 5,000? Yes. I can go up to 15k. And then from that, I can then... Not quite empty that out, but what I can do though is actually unify these all into almost one. Almost, but not quite. Yeah. Need to drain a bunch more. Oh well. At the very least though, I can, since these now are all 4Ks, do this. There we go. And now of course you just need crap tons more of... Actually, which one is the one that's the bottleneck right now? Salt. Okay. Hang on. I've got plenty of 10 blocks of emerald I can throw in. Now this might seem excessive, but yeah, it's right on. Like, yeah, way more sulfur. Which ironically, there's still got pretty way more sticks. By punching coal, right, so I got 193 coal. How do I make coal into here? Nice. Yes, mostly blocks of coal, which is good. That's what I want. And I can now make like 10. Well, I could if I had a free CPU. Currently waiting on this though. So, let's fly over. Nearly there. Tick sprint at 5 minutes. So basically, like, what would take the remaining about 5 minutes of this recording, just got through it all. Now, tick sprint again, because I also need some time in here. There it goes. What the hell? Like, how the hell does the freaking valve explode if it has a freaking thing on it? Or doesn't it? explode because it doesn't have this on it. But let's just do this. Back. Excessive? Yes. Necessary? Also yes. Because then all of this here basically fills up. And there we go. That should prevent it from exploding again now. So I can now close this up, hopefully for the last time. Let's go 5-minute sprint. Another one. See how much higher than, you know, the 3.7 we get to. Wow. Essentially 0.4. 700 seconds it is. Hello, Master Audio. Or if I decide to come out from underneath my bed. Yeah. Let's do 100 seconds. And 100, see how much that gives me. Right, cool. Looks like I've now actually got it, you know, properly, you know, safety. Yep. Okay, that's not quite safety. Yeah, that's about to explode. Oh, dude, that's not for eating, dude. Right. Now, look have to use freaking OBS to actually navigate my screen now. Because Oreos decided to shove his butt in my turning screen's face. Right, now, let's drain some of this as well. Actually, I'm just gonna move him. You're all good. Right, now, hopefully, and that much will help. Yeah. That is done. That should be done, but yet it's not. Why? Okay, so that's next to it. No, screw it. Let's do this. Let's do. There we go. Ah, right. Didn't quite plan for that part. Hmm. Hang on. Ooh. You need to move out of the way, dude. You keep getting in the way. I'm gonna have to drain it again. Alright, I'm gonna smart just put that in there so it just keeps on draining. I know how I can make this work. Yes. I can literally cut you off. Cut you off. And then find the regulator tube module. There we go. And then so it keeps that secure. Right. If I do it here, there we go. See, right now I'm not really worrying about the aesthetics of it because I can actually, you know, make a turning camera applicator later on. So, this now goes only up to the 5 bar, thanks to this. Just slowly filling up. There. Just barely under the 4.9 bar now. Yeah, the refinery has no fluid in it, but that's all good. Because what I'm mainly worried about is here. Now, with this all in place, I now have a fully secured and, dare I say, a pretty safe and high capacity system for essentially, like, you know, producing effectively, like, you know, like enough air to be able to do most of what I need to do currently. I will still have to upgrade the amount of flux compressors I have operational though, simply because, like, yeah, this ain't enough. Yeah. Right, so you need only 5 bar. Right, so that'd be compressor tube, compressor tube. Right, cool. So tubes running along this way. And then and then same design here. And doing this with no connections actually made, because that'll make it a lot damn easier. Because if I'm not wearing it, or multiple, if I'm not basically blowing air out of the system, then, you know, I don't have any, you know, basically lost pressure. Yeah, I'm deliberately also leaving 1 block short, because I can do this. And then of course here we simply, go down one, and then yeah. Actually, not screw it. Let's just straight up start adding. Yeah, let's start adding in the compressor. I'll put two at the front here first. After, of course, I clean up my, small amount of mess. And then once I've basically moved my essentially my system over, it's like all the pressure's moved out from in there, I can then end the episode there. And of course get my headphones on charge. Not sure why exactly I was getting a damage sound when I landed then, because I'm in fly. Right, let's see. I know. Yeah. Put you to there. Right. I need to bring you down one more. And then that now allows me to complete it over here too. That there. Now, technically speaking, I do actually need basically make the whole thing here essentially along one line at least, with the the universal cables I'll eventually need. Because if I don't, then it won't actually work. Why are you taking it? Must have turned finished as I was going to it. Oh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Bruh. Seriously, the fuck. Alright. Oh, at least I had another two. Is there another one? This one that spawned earlier. Alright. Now, take the flux compressor. And connect you on there. Now, add a bonus to this part. Now I just have to fuck with that. Go. Yeah. As an added bonus, I now don't even need these anymore. Which also helped to try and build the rest of the system here. Because that's all nice and secured, I can now just happily, you know, go and do this. Yeah, put you on there. Now, not actually bothering with the heat sinks yet, because as you can see, like, you know, there's not even anyone near being like, you know, the temperature that actually end up hitting if they had speed upgrades. And apparently my pickaxe decided to duplicate itself. Oh well. There we go. Alright. Yeah, that doesn't actually have the connection yet. There we go. Hello, Master Shifty. Alright, I'll be able to now let you in a sec, yeah? Yeah, screw it. I'll just try and cut the episode here now. And most likely it'll be tomorrow that I record episode 30, episode 38, which of course technically was today if you're watching this on the day that went live, I believe. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, because episode 36 went live yesterday, so yeah. So yeah, I'll see you all in episode 38.